What's up, guys? This is Ash188, and today I'm going to talk about the social contract. And I'm applied to veganism and animals in general. So basically, what a social contract is, it's a mutual agreement between a people and a government that basically allows you, social benefits. Basically, um, you trade in, you give up some of your freedoms and in return you get security and other perks. So you get security and protection in trade for some of your freedoms. So you can gain some more social benefits. So basically that's what that is like. It's basically just a mutual contract that allows you to get certain social benefits for certain freedoms you have to trade in. So you have to basically follow the rules and do what a person says, and in return you get stuff for it. You get benefits. So, and the person who, this stuff started way back in the 1600s and 16 or 1700s, and it was publicized by Francis Bacon, I believe, and it was during the Age of Enlightenment. That's when the social contract really, the idea really started by, well, actually it was publicized by Francis Bacon, and it was a movement of intellectuals, basically. So there was more people who were, coming out with more philosophical, books and archives and all that stuff that they were making. But it was idealized by Jean Jacques or whatever his name is, and he made a book about it. You can read it and stuff like that online. Uh, that goes into more about religion and establishing other social benefits as being part of society. But then you have, that was during the Age of Enlightenment. That's a totally different thing. That you guys can look up on the internet. It's a totally different thing. But let's apply that. Let's apply to the social contract to um, animals, for instance. So basically, you own an animal. You give it food, shelter, a warm place to live, protection, and in return, it gives you entertainment, companionship, and whatnot. But animals can't really differentiate what, they can't really fucking understand what a social contract is. They don't know. They're just there to live with you and, you know, get stuff from you, social benefits. But they are not really, it's not more like a visible thing, a visible document, a social contract. So, but apply to human from one person to another, you have to follow the rules, obey these laws, and in return you get certain perks and all that stuff. But when it's applied to animals, it's a different story, because animals have to, are basically slaves. Animals are slaves to us. They're, from cows, chickens, pigs, and all that, and dogs and cats. Dogs and cats are enslaved to us. Basically, they have to live with us, and they're not permitted to go outside, run around, all that stuff all the time. They're more or less just made to stay inside and stick around with us. So it's a social contract in a way that it's voluntary social contract for the animals. And is it fair, that we have to enslave these animals all the time and keep them confined and pinned, to our will? That's something totally different, but that's basically what social contract is. It's just an agreement. It's a document that, that's between a government and a people, and it basically says, if you follow these rules, we'll give you protection and all that. We'll keep you away from harm. We'll protect you. All that fun stuff. So that's basically what that is. In case any of you have any questions about social contract, you can look it up on Google or wherever. Maybe I'll put some links down below and you guys can see more about it. It's actually really more complicated than that, I think. But as far as animals, um, basically they're just in it. You know, they have a social. They don't really have a social contract like humans do. You know, they're kind of slaves, like I said. So, you know, that's the way that works for them. And for humans, it's a different story. You have to follow the rules, you know, in order to be let into society and all that stuff. And just, you know, fit into society, I suppose. So that's, you know, basically what I want to touch on in this video. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be about. I'm not really sure. I might think of something to talk about next video, but right now we got this covered and all that, and I might just, you know, make another video about something else, maybe more into veganism and all that stuff. But actually, there was one thing I wanted to mention. There was someone who left a comment in my last video, and they were talking about the red pill discussion, whatever, and they were saying, well, we try, you know, I've been trying for a long time to get people to see what's going on, trying to wake them up, and it's not working. Well, it's not going to work, you know, overnight. It's going to take time. It's a movement. It's going to take a long time to do, maybe 50 years or so. So I just wanted to kind of highlight on that person's comment, and, you know, let them know that it's gonna be a while before, you know, we see a really big change, but it's on this way. It's on this way. And we've got more plant-based foods coming out. We've got more protests. We've got more vegans than ever on YouTube, as I mentioned in my last video. So it's getting bigger than ever before. And if people don't want to wake up, then they are going to get left behind, because the movement is going forward. And those who are ignorant and don't want to accept the fact that they're going to have to change the way their lifestyle, then they're going to be left in the fucking dust. And that's on them. That's not up to anybody to change somebody. If nobody wants to change, they don't have to change. They're just going to suffer. They're going to have to realize, well, one way or another, we're going to have to change, because the environment's going to shit and the animals are dying, for, you know, and it's causing the ozone layer to pretty much fucking disintegrate until, you know, doomsday happens. So it's not up to anybody to change anybody whatsoever. But if you want to be a pushy vegan, you know, you can kind of like nudge them and say, hey man, this is what you're doing. It ain't cool. You know, that's all you can really do for them. You can't do much else. You know, if they just want to remain in denial and not accept the fact that things have to change for the better, then that's on them. And the mind itself, it takes a long time to let go of all that denial and guilt, you know, because once they start feeling guilty about it, you know, then it's a totally different thing. But they're in denial first. That's the first stage, is denial. You know, they're like, well, I didn't know about this, you know, I've been eating this my whole, you know, I've been eating like this my whole life. And then, you know, they're in denial. They're like, well, I didn't know, whatever, man, it's not, you know. And some people just push it off, not give a fuck. But those of you who are vegans, you know, thumbs up for you guys. That's denial, yeah. And the guilt, they'll feel bad because they realize what they did. They actually supported the animal industry and bought animal products from them and killed somebody or paid somebody to kill an animal for them. But they'll realize it, you know. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this video, was just the social contract thing, applying it to animals, veganism, and all that. Hopefully I covered it for you guys. Next video, don't know what it's going to be about, but I will let you guys know, or maybe just make the fucking video and fuck it. I don't know. So anyway, this is Ash188. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.